Do 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 do. Okay, this is happening. This is real. I assume things are happening on YouTube right now. And welcome back. I don't know if you're welcoming us back or we're welcoming the audience back, but this is Making Moves show with your host Mufasa and myself, Poppy Knox. This is season two. I wanted to add the video component. I'm learning all this technical stuff so I can make that possible.
Oh yeah, man. StreamYard is still that's what I was gonna plan on doing when I did my podcast.
Okay.
Um when I go live, do my live podcast. I was gonna StreamYard it. I was gonna do everything because that's the best way we could rock out.
Okay,
I
now
see
I
some
know.
of my favorite podcasters doing the StreamYard thing. Right now I'm following um the Shannon Sharp show. Him and Chad Ochocinco, they do a show, and I know it's StreamYard they doing on. So
Okay.
yeah,
I
millions
like
of
that.
views, easy. It's easy to upload it everywhere, and we'll have fun with it.
Yeah, especially since I definitely want to add more people into the mix. We got some good friends that haven't had the chance to be on the show, and now not only can we bring their voice to the people, I want to see their faces. And I mean, right now I just put this together with a Chromebook, but the idea is to use this with a better camera so we can get the full experience and get to know each other. Have the audience get to know us on a visual level that they haven't had a chance before.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm about to turn on my camera as soon as I get some light.
Oh, I'm in the dark right now, brother. So don't hesitate
I'm
about that light.
I've had I had a tripod and everything. I got a couple little gigs around here that I can drum up. So that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll start back this show, man. And how can I put this? We'll get it to where it needs to be again.
Yeah, my favorite part is I know I come from the world of cinema, so I used to make movies and TV shows and TV commercials. I know what it is to have high production value, high production quality, spend lots of money, make it look absolutely pristine. But I really love the exact opposite of that, just hard reality. It looks like what it looks like right now. My hair's not done. I'm not trying to be pretty and fancy for the camera. This is just my real life, and that's what the Making Moves show has always been about. It's the reason why our episodes come out the way they do is because we're
Yeah,
actually living life, and we make these episodes come together when we can squeeze in an
yeah,
episode. It's hard. It's hard for people like us, but we get it done.
yeah.
And
You
I think
want
that
that?
I want to capture that on the screen. Not to say that this is the quality we're always going to put out, but this is the beginning. So it's only
Right.
going to get better from here. I don't want to
You
start
want that
fantastic on
uncut?
day one.
You want that uncut raw, uh, authentic? I get it.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I like that too. I really
And
do.
then you appreciate the what do you call it? The progression when you get to see things as they grow.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
sometimes this what people have to see because hey, it makes you focus too. You know, I want you to focus on what we saying and hear what I'm saying, then see it sometime.
Ooh, yep. That was my favorite part of last season. Like you had to pay attention. Oh
Yeah.
man, our
So
voices had to captivate.
exactly. Now, when I do get on the show and it's some pretty women, then yeah, I think we can turn on the lights and the cameras. Then
Well said, well said. Well, I mean that's even the next stage. We'll be doing this live and in person. But let's earn that. Let's do the work to earn that, so it all makes sense. Because right now, all of this is us coming out of pocket. We got a message to say, so we're coming out of pocket to bring it to y'all.
yep, that's how it goes.
But it's been a while. I haven't heard from you in a minute. Not for any bad reason. Just we're both really busy. Since season one, I think we wrapped up season one in January or something like that. What's your life been like since then?
Um, a lot of ups, Well, it ain't a lot of ups, a lot of downs. It was more ups and a down or two here. But I've been blessed. The Most High been blessing me,
Mm.
and believe it or not, I'm still my biggest enemy. I'm still my biggest competition. I'm competing with my past. I realized that I could really hyper focus on stuff,
Mm.
and now my thing is how to stay consistent because I'm very consistent when I'm hyper focused.
Okay.
It's just, can I keep that focus as far as the podcast and content creation goes? Can I keep churning it out and churning it out and churning and doing what I need to do to get back on track? And to, I know once I get back on track, I'm gonna take off to the next level.
Yeah.
And I was just telling a friend of mine this on a Twitter space. I was like, hey man, I was doing podcasts before they were even popular.
Yep.
You know, I was 2019 podcast before they really started doing the whole Kevin Samuels, and that was 2020, 2021 when they really started kicking in high gear, and everybody just been getting the mic. And it kind of discouraged me because I'm like, some of these people don't deserve to have a mic in their face, saying a lot of dumb stuff, and I didn't want to be grouped. I didn't want to be grouped in that category because a lot of stuff I say to the naked eye sounds crazy, but
Yeah.
in the end, it stands on its own. Like a lot of my statements ring true, and it makes you think deeply. Um,
Hmm.
so my latest um state, my latest example of that, right?
Hmm.
And I'm going to capitalize off it, and I'm going to run my campaign the best I can. It would be me just basically attacking something I always wanted to attack when it comes to just being a human being and people holding themselves accountable. And that was the whole mental health and the mental health thing that's going around where people are using the mental health as an excuse to be a shitty person, basically. And I'm
Uh,
calling it out.
Good for you. Good
And
for you.
I don't know if you noticed, but millions of people seen a tweet that I made about postpartum depression. It was just an unpopular opinion post, and they say, say something unpopular, and I was like, just because you have postpartum depression don't doesn't mean you have the ability, doesn't mean you're allowed to be disrespectful, basically. And everybody jumped on it.
Ooh.
Everybody, but that goes for anything. If you have a disability, mental, emotional, it doesn't excuse you from correction.
Mm-mm.
So I stood 10 toes down. You know how people, how women get. They
Yeah.
don't
Especially
hear,
on the internet. Yeah.
they don't hear that I said, hey, just because you have this disorder or claim you have it doesn't make you, doesn't give you a get out of jail free card, basically.
No, absolutely not.
Right. And I compared it to children that I used to work with that had emotional behavior disorders. Even those children held themselves accountable and knew how to apologize and was punished
That's a that's a very
for
good
their
point. And
they
I think
had
about that
punishment.
often because you and I both used to be teachers, and we
But
understood
yeah,
that the
it was
way that the
never.
students are in school are not the way that adults are at an advanced maturity, or what I expect them to be mature, but they're not handling life in mature ways compared to the children, the students that we taught, especially the you and I both worked with special needs.
Right.
And it's like,
So
how come these kids know it, but the adults that have more training and will write soliloquies and dissertations on it don't know it?
yeah, which was my whole point of saying what I was saying. I wanted to wake up people and be like, yo, don't. It's kind of like, let's say if I met you, right, and
Yeah.
and for some odd reason I spit on you and I punched you in the face,
Hmm.
and I ask you, hey, don't get mad at me. I'm bipolar. That's why I did it, right? And then I'm supposed to let it go. We were supposed to just go about our business. And that's what I basically was saying with the postpartum tweet. Just because you're suffering from something doesn't mean you treat people like shit. And
Exactly.
I know of people who legit was suffering from depression and didn't treat people like shit. That is disrespect is not a symptom of um, emotional disorders. They're just not.
No,
You
no.
were disrespectful before. You were disrespectful before the depression. You were
Exactly. That's your
disrespectful.
character. That's your character.
That's
And
character.
it's so funny because I don't remember that tweet. Maybe I did, and I just don't remember it right now. I'm not recalling it. But and earlier this year, I had a similar tweet because it's the same concept, just in a different way. Just because your pain is understandable does not mean your rude behavior is acceptable. And it
Exactly.
doesn't matter what you're going through, doesn't matter what your gender is, what your background is, where you live, what the context is. Just because things are tough doesn't mean have a right, you have an entitlement to shit on other people. You don't need to be an asshole. I've been through the same things you've probably been through. I've been through things that have been worse. That's how we met. When you and I first talked on your show, I was telling you about some terrible things that I hope no one ever goes through. Talked about my family life, things
Correct.
that I don't even talk about in public anymore. You were someone that I could trust in the moment, and our friendship is testament to that years later. So I chose, my judgment was correct. But these are things that I'll never talk about with just the average person, especially not on camera. And all those terrible things, even though people that I love and people that are supposed to love me were doing terrible things and saying terrible things about me, I didn't treat them poorly. I didn't become bitter, and I didn't lash out at other people who had nothing to do with the situation. It's
Right.
just,
Right.
it sucked. I didn't like it, and I removed myself as best as I could, and I did what I needed to do to get out of that situation. That's how I
Yeah.
handled it. That's what making moves is.
Oh man, see, you hit the nail right on the coffin, man. And with great responsibility. Well, with great what is it?
Mhm. Let's see. Well, great power comes great responsibility, or is it the other way around?
Exactly. Great power
Okay.
comes great responsibility. So I'm a holder of a lot of secrets.
Yeah.
Like I know so many secrets and so much pain and trauma a lot of young men had because I was doing the consultations to the point where I don't even put a face on it. I just
Mm,
go. We just start doing the work. Like I'm not even shocked anymore. Okay, okay, this is what you're going through. All right, let's change your mindset. And here's a couple things you need to do to get you into a better headspace and get your life and get your purpose and get your life going in the right direction. And that's what I love doing. That's what I'm here for. And yeah, I might trigger you. You might trigger a couple people. My presence alone upsets a lot of demons. I get that.
absolutely. I accept that.
So
That's part of it. Even if we were doing everything perfect by the book, you're always going to offend somebody. So I accept that.
right, you're always going to offend somebody, and I always say, man, no matter what, when they come to me with relationship problems, and I'm I'm an advocate of it. No matter what, you're gonna be the bad guy.
Hmm.
No matter what, no matter what, you're gonna be the bad guy. But it's not what you do that makes you bad or good. It's your intentions.
Okay, I
Because
need you to explain that one because naturally I want to disagree.
what is your intentions. So, for example, if a father wants to make his son stronger and tougher, he's going to put him in situations where he has to be tough and strong.
Correct.
Now, the mother, who is the nurturer of that boy,
Hmm.
correct, may see that situation, the father putting his son in, and say,
Hmm.
"You're being a bad father."
Yep.
But in the long run, his intention is to make his son strong and tough so he could help extend the family, protect the family, things of that nature. And so
Yeah.
I tell men all the time, okay, the best thing you could do is not be a nice guy. That's the worst thing you could do. The best thing you can do is be a fair guy. So if somebody's treating you right and treating you fairly and you want the best for them, then you treat them right and you treat them fairly. Now, as soon
Hmm.
as they stop treating you the way you want to be treated, it's time for you to remove your energy. And that right there alone, once you get your energy to be the most alpha version of yourself, your energy is so strong that just removal of your energy from somebody's life is punishment enough. And now you're the bad guy. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
You get,
When you explain it that
you're,
way, it makes perfect sense. I
yeah,
don't think
you're,
it's universal though, and I don't want to give everyone a free pass thinking that if your intentions are pure, no matter what you do is okay. That's not the case because there are a
yeah,
lot of people.
no,
I
because
don't even
it,
know if the intention part is a part that we need to focus on because there might
what do
be a
we,
deeper principle. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Um, I don't buy into the whole intention thing. The example you gave is perfect. That's solid. I'm not questioning
your
anything you said.
intentions, but your intentions is always going to be on you, what's best for you. That's why I said you're going to be the bad guy anyway. Might as well be selfish. Might as well. But guess what? You you treat people good when they treat you good. And if they're not treating you good, you don't have to go around and try to get revenge or talk trash. You just move, you keep it moving. I want you to keep it moving. Stay far, far away from these people, what I like to call victim bullies. And women are very good at that. A lot of women are very good at being victim bullies. I'm going to give you an example, right?
Hmm.
And I learned this a while ago. I was with a young lady. We were dating for some time, and my mom taught me, my mother, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
I, I
So
know
when
about
she
that.
used to piss me off and go back and forth, and she was being an idiot, I would just shut the fuck up. Do you know
Yeah,
we got around people and she was telling everybody I was abusive because I refused to talk to her.
interesting.
Right? So she actually told the therapist this, right? This was back in I'm gonna do anything I can to make this relationship great days. You gotta try shit. I wasn't I
Yeah, you
this
keep an open mind. Absolutely.
yeah. I was at the beginning of my my self-realization or come to Jesus moments in life. So I'm doing everything I can to be the best man I could be for this woman who just hell bent on making me the bad guy. So we're in therapy and she says that. And the therapist, she was just agreeing with it. Like, yeah, you can't do that. That's mentally abusive. That is just as bad as being physically abusive. I'm like, what?
I've
So
heard
I
it
can go to
before.
jail for not talking to this bitch, right? So,
Yeah.
well, you just gotta express your emotions and let your feelings out. So I said, all right, that's what I'm gonna do next time. So the opportunity arises where we get in one of these pointless, I would call them arguments, but they really wasn't arguments. She was just talking to herself, and I put my headphones in. I didn't
Absolutely.
do that. That time, I just let it
Oh,
out,
you didn't
let her
do it.
have
Okay.
it.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I let it out. I let her have it verbally.
Mm.
And then we get back there when it was time for us. Oh my God, he was verbally abusing me. It was just a verbal assault. I'm just like, right. It's so funny. It's so funny, but guess what?
What? It only made things worse, of course.
Yeah. So no matter what, I was gonna be the bad guy. All right. So once I
Ah,
got
this is not
tired,
your regular podcast, y'all. This is how we see
once
things.
yo, this is exactly how I see shit. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat shit. This is
Not at
right.
all.
This is right here. You're gonna be the bad guy. If you know you're not a bad guy, which I knew I wasn't because I was over there. If a man is decides to go to therapy with a woman, he's fucking trying. Cause bitch, I ain't never doing that again.
That's the
Right?
love, absolutely.
He's trying. He loves you, right? But I wasn't trying to be anyone's emotional punching bag. So I learned a big lesson. I was damned if I do. I was damned if I don't. I was better off not saying anything to the woman when I was mad. So what I learned from
Mm,
all of that was my approach would be different. Maybe get some space from said woman, and if I deem that she is worth the the I'm not the discourse. Is that a
okay.
great word? Because I don't want to say argument. She is if she's worth the discourse, then we'll reconvene at a later date once
Exactly.
everybody cools down. One thing I learned about women when they cool down and think shit over, it's a way easier conversation.
Agreed.
So guess what? Even after all that, you're still gonna be the fucking bad guy. Guess what? They're gonna respect. You know what we all remember? Yeah, we remember Batman, Superman, Black Panther, but who made the movie fun to watch?
Say what?
Who made the movie? Who made all those
Oh,
superhero
the
movies?
villains. The villains, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who made the who they made the movie fun to watch?
Oof. Yeah, they did. Especially these days. I'm not watching for any heroes.
And based off just real life observation, you could be honest with your intentions. I guess you could be pure or say whatever, but guess what?
What?
You need to do what's best for you. If you're not doing what's best for you, you're gonna always hurt yourself in the end. And a hurt
Mm.
man is more of a detriment to his life than a evil woman.
Oh, that's
So
true. That's true.
every every woman that I let stick around and say I was the bad guy, I was doing myself a disservice. Every time. You're doing yourself a disservice every time. Trying to prove to a woman that you're a good guy. You're doing yourself a disservice. Stop doing that.
I laugh because I've experienced it. I understand it on so many different
Oh yeah.
levels.
Stop doing it, fellas. Stop doing that shit. Tyree, you know what? Can we just dive into it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We can talk about anything. This is our show.
All
That's the
right.
beauty of it. I'm
All right.
listless.
So Tyrese, one of my favorite actors,
A
singers.
word.
He's a very entertaining brother. Very entertaining brother.
No, I'll give him that. I mean, he's not up there for me. I'd rather listen. It's
Yeah.
just if we're talking about L.A., I'm listening to
It's
what's
a
his
couple
name,
other
Mike
it's a couple.
Epps, and other brothers that I love from L.A. That
Yeah, bro, Tyrese, he could sing too. He had some good albums, bro. He could really sing. He could
you're
sing.
right. All
He
of
could
it is
sing his
overshadowed by
ass
his
off.
personality, though. Everything is overshadowed by his personality because he comes off as a bitch.
Yes.
Plain and
So, but
simple. It just
that's
is
what
what it is.
that's what it is. My brother Tyrese, right? He suffers from Will Smith syndrome, the hopeless romantic. He wants to be the good guy so bad that he will let women shit on him. So
Mm,
no, it's now the thing with Tyrese is he was a little. I don't know if he was naive or he just was in delusion land. But when you're a millionaire actor on that list, he was in all the Fast and
yeah,
Furious movies. You got some pretty good paper, right?
absolutely. Well, I mean, not anymore because of that. Well, I don't know. Was he
Man, not
married? Is he divorced and
he's
doing the child
divorced.
custody?
He's trying to
Okay,
take
so
him to
yeah,
the cleaners,
that
but he
money ain't
signed.
his.
Yeah, he signed a prenup. So basically, she's just getting all the lawyers she can, and he's just paying lawyers.
She's being fast and furious, and he got paying
Yeah.
lawyers.
Anyway, so his wife, when I guess he was away on a business trip and they had a little argument, he thought he was gonna fly back and surprise her. She cleaned out the whole house and left
So
them.
wait, you're saying this is new? Where I'm confused is I don't know the Tyrese story, so bring me up to speed. I
I
thought
don't
this
I
happened in
don't
the
I don't know
past.
the
Are
I
we
don't
talking about present day?
it's present day.
Hmm.
It's present day. It
Is
was
this a new woman?
a lo- I think it's the same woman who was holding his child hostage. She was over there crying. The child like 5 now, I think.
Damn,
So she
it's been
did
five.
this, and we was just for years trying to figure out what did this guy do to make her want to divorce him? Was
Oh,
he
you thought
cheating
that?
on
I didn't think.
her?
I didn't think
Was
anything
he
of the
beating
sort.
on her? Was he trying? But it was just me because
Okay.
it's just like they need an excuse, and it wasn't none of that. She just had irreconcilable differences, and she wanted
Uh, that term.
now. Come to find out, she can't get that much money from him because he signed a prenup. At least he was smart enough to do that. Now all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, I want my husband back."
Life is better with him. Okay, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, she wants now that you can't get $20,000 a month, you want your child back, like you want your husband back,
Exactly.
and it's so convenient now. She has a YouTube channel and people following her. It still is not going to add up to the fame Tyrese had, and he made a little video. And like, if you wanted fame, you should have just told me that. But when I met you, you said you wasn't into that stuff, and you was more into the simple life. And I'm
But
gonna
that's
tell
part of the
Trump,
game too. Like this is the thing
yeah,
where
like, but
guys
that's
really
why,
take what they hear literally. That's part of the game. If I know that you're on your grind, you've been working hard for decades. It's not like he just is an overnight success. I know that you're working for decades to build yourself into a fantastic human being. I'm going to tell you whatever you need to hear to know that I'm the one in your corner. Even if I don't genuinely mean it, I'm going to tell you what you want to hear. And women aren't stupid. That's the thing that bothers me the most. Men think women are stupid. That, oh, she would never contrive this whole situation. And that's not the case.
she would never. Oh my God, she did though. She did. She played it from ear to ear. More man.
I'm actually rooting for her this one. He deserves it for not paying attention, for not reading my books, for not reading your books, for not watching our show. And it's not too late. That's my favorite part. It is not too late. Whether you are Tyrese or in a Tyrese situation, it is not too late for you to be critical about your situation, read everything that's going around you, and say, am I going to play this out like every other man does? Or am I going to be the 1% that does things slightly different
Well, I
to
think
get
he
a better
did what he
result?
was supposed to do. He did sign a prenup, but a prenup really don't protect you from paying these lawyer fees and you getting milked
Absolutely.
everywhere.
Yeah,
So it just depends because they'll still take that prenup to court and try to get around it, all that type of stuff. But
exactly.
I'm
And
not
we still
really.
got the social media tiers. Like prenups don't protect against that.
Yeah.
The reason I think about Tyrese the way that I do is because back in the day, someone sent me a video of him crying.
Yes,
And
and
I'm
I
like,
did
and it wasn't
what
crying in private, it was him turning on the camera
and
and going out
crying,
to the world and saying,
and that's why we don't feel bad for him, and that's
I
why,
can't.
and
You
that's
can
why.
feel that way, brothers. Just don't put it out in public.
But even if he felt that way, it was a whole spectacle. Now, he loves attention too. So that's another thing. Fellas, that's very feminine to want attention. I
Well,
get
to be
men.
needy for
I
it.
get
I mean, I think we all want attention, but to be
yeah, yeah,
needy
but
for it,
but
yeah.
my attention. if I can't turn my attention into dollars, into power, that's a
Amen.
very feminine thing to do. I don't want attention. I want power. If I could get power without having to get y'all's attention, I
Oh,
just know I have a
absolutely.
message to get out there, and I know I have mindsets to help change. So I have to get y'all attention, and I don't even have to do it really. It just attention naturally comes to me. I don't have to do too much.
You've earned it though. At the same time,
Yeah,
you had to put in
yeah,
a lot of work with your
yeah.
physicality, with your mindset. Everything had to come together perfectly.
Man, listen, I've been getting attention since I was a little boy, right?
Since I was 3.
Matter of fact, I could walk in the mall, and I always tell men this: walk in the mall and go into one of those high end stores like Louis Vuitton. I bet you get all the attention you need. You want
Mm,
attention? You'll get it. You'll get it.
I've
You
heard the
want attention?
stories.
Walk on walk your ass on a car dealership. They'll be out there running to get your attention because they want something from you
Mm,
or they want your money, right? So it's the same thing. Attention is energy.
mm,
If I have to use all my energy to get people's attention, then that's who controls me. I put my attention elsewhere. I put my attention on my purpose. And then that's why I'm able to get, that's the main reason I'm able to get garner attention online, attention elsewhere. Because all I have to do is say thought provoking shit. And
yeah.
I'm going to attract who I need to attract. Tyrese want everybody to see him cry. He doesn't care about how he looks. He doesn't care about his brand. He don't care about how we see him as a man. He just wants the attention.
Mm,
And that is feminine because you just want the attention. Motherfucker, I want the power. Like that
yeah.
men
Amen
most
to love.
women love attention. Men love power.
Agreed.
Women love attention, validation. Men love power and control. That's why I always say the internet and the government are the boyfriends and husbands of most women.
Ooh, that
But
works.
I ain't gonna.
We can get more specific with different figures, different
Yeah, I
channels.
don't want to get
Absolutely.
more. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. You could talk to, you could talk to a, you could see women all day online
Mhm.
posting pictures, thirst traps, and even nudes, and it's always under, especially on Twitter, it's always under a post of a guy saying, "What's your bra size?" And after that, they're posting pictures of their breasts or pictures of their tits, right? Or
Indeed.
their bosom out. And then what guys are commenting are the, "Oh, that's hot. Oh, that look good. Oh my God, you're so beautiful." Like all kind of crap, right? So
Yep.
I get nothing for like, what purpose does that serve in my life?
None.
None, right?
If it doesn't pay your bills, if it doesn't
It
get you
don't
laid,
pay.
if it doesn't get you paid, why?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not gonna post it. I'm not gonna post it. I'm not gonna post it. But it still shows me that how easy a lot of women that's on social media can be controlled and influenced. And if you can control and influence shit, that is some type of power, right?
No,
So
absolutely. If you can
I
control
don't
attention, you control all the power you need. Because
right.
the most powerful people in the world are people that you will never know their names and faces. They are the people that work in the shadows and influence everything that we say, think, and do.
And you know
That's
what?
real power.
That's real pride. It's a motherfucker that wake up and tell us the prices of shit. And I ain't believe that. I said it ain't no way. I always thought it was some big old the economy, the economy. It's a
Yep.
motherfucker that wake up and literally decide, okay, we gonna charge this. We gonna jack up this rate. We gonna
Just
jack up
because.
the interest just
Y-
because.
Yep. Yep. It's not
We're going to
necessarily
make
market.
up.
What do you call it? Market
We're
influencers,
going to
market
print.
factors.
Yeah, we're going to print more money and give it all over. And it's just like,
And I say this as someone who does it for business. I do it in my business. I'll be like, all right, what's the price of this product going to be? And I throw out a random number. One, because I've done some market research. Don't get me wrong, but essentially, it's a random number. 37 is a random number. There's no reason why I should be charging 37, but it's just a random number, and I know that people will pay it, so that's what I sell it for. And I work with my clients, and I'm like, I'm thinking in the same way, and I'm like, just throw this out. You're not going to know until you test it. But that's how the world is. It's just people saying arbitrary things, and it's the people that have no choice but to accept it.
and I'm gonna give you a
We
sneak peek.
create the arbitrary meaning.
I'm gonna give you a sneak peek, and this is gonna be one of my biggest things, and I'm gonna do this. You know how we like to say high value man,
Hmm.
right? The red pill community coined that term. It's always been argued what is a high value man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Value is exactly that. Do you know the definition of value?
I don't know, whatever the market decides. Tell me.
Exactly. Whatever value is what is perceived. All right. So look it up.
What I like is the word quality, and I respect
Hold
high
wait. See now
value
you
man, high
see.
value
Hold
female.
on. See. Stop. Oh, I
Go on.
gotta stop you
All right.
right there.
Okay.
That's where the fuck I was going with it. Cause
Well, that's why
quality,
we're brothers.
the quality versus value. See, can be value is nothing, right? You want to be quality. Value and quality aren't the same.
Thank you.
All
And that's
right.
what these internet kids aren't talking about. They're talking about that shallow side of it. Whereas what's the term? High value
Okay.
man, high
Oh,
value female, whatever.
yeah. So I'm gonna tell you, right? It's the importance. It's something that's held in. It's judged by standards, right? It's a judgment. Value is just a judgment. The importance, the worth of usefulness of something, right?
Hmm.
The estimate, the monetary worth, that's value. Considered, the key word is that considered to be important or beneficial, value. Now, when you look up the word quality, quality is rooted in what? Facts, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's measurable.
Yes, you can measure quality, you can't measure value.
Mm. I'm glad you know this. I'm glad that yet again, this is one of those topics where we didn't talk about it, we didn't rehearse this, we didn't plan
Now,
this,
yeah,
but
yeah.
naturally we came to the same conclusions because of our lived experience,
The
and now we get to
stand
share it.
quality, the standard of something as measured against other things of a similar kind. All right. And I said this shit because yes, I used to wear those Michael Jordan shoes, right?
Okay.
And they are valued at a certain price,
Okay.
but the quality of the shoe didn't match the quality of the shoe that I used to have when I was younger. I always say this about the
Ooh.
Jordan shoes. I said they're cheaply made. They're cheap.
Yeah,
Yes,
that,
yes, they're gonna cost $200, but back in the day they only cost $75, and they were way more durable than the ones they're making
oh,
today.
this is true. I didn't know that.
Oh, but these shoes right here, these are valued at such and such. Uh, bro, did you not just hear me? I wore them when I was a kid, and I wore them now. I know what that feel like. So it's always about quality. You want to be with somebody that's quality because at the end of the day, if everybody agrees that hey, this house down the street is worth $500,000, that's
Hmm.
value, right? But we could all agree the house was worth $500,000. But guess what? Nobody might buy that goddamn house for that much.
Yep.
Nobody might buy it. So you could be highly valued, but you still might not be worth the risk or the labor that it may
Mm,
cost.
mm,
So it's easy to say you're a high value person or man, but you really want to be a high quality man. Compare yourself to other men. And that's what they're scared of. Because value, when you throw value up there, you want to put a monetary sign on it and say he's worth this because he could do that. No, what good are you to the community? How many people have you saved? How many people can you help?
mm,
Can you make an impact? And that's a difference. Or are you just a guy, a jag, just a guy? Are you just a guy?
mm,
A jag, just a guy? Are you just a guy that's running around here spending money, trying to feel
mm.
important? Or are you actually important?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
we talked about it
I'll
last season, so it's nice to reiterate.
yeah, so but that's where quality come from. Because it's measured against something. It stood the test of time. I know you're a quality man because hey, you done been through this shit and you ain't break. Or you got your experience up and you know how to do this and you know how to do that. You can
Hmm.
help me because what you might consider high value, I might see no value in it. Like, man, this man can't help me right now.
Correct.
Right now, if we put a Rolex watch in an AR-15 in the same
I think you're
room,
cutting out. You're cutting out on my end, so I don't know if they can hear you. So you
can
said
you
if
hear
I
me?
put on a watch, yeah. So far, so
I
good.
said, all right. So I say, if you take a Rolex watch, and this is what
Hmm.
I mean by value versus quality. You put a Rolex watch
Okay.
and an AR-15 in the same room,
Mm.
and ask men to choose which one. What will most men say?
If it's a regular AR-15, they're gonna go for that Rolex every time.
Right.
You got to
Because
do
what?
something. What's up?
Because what though? The what?
The
It start with a
quality.
V.
Oh, the value, the value. Oh, okay, you're getting at a different angle. I would say the
Yeah.
Rolex has more quality. Actually, I think it has both. But at the same time, if that AR was like a Kalishnikov, if that AR was a specific type of armament that I'm into, that would change the dynamic. If it was a Benelli, I love Benelli firearms.
Right. Right. So that's just value. Now let's talk about quality. In that same room, you got that AR and that Rolex, right?
Yup.
Which one will last longer in a fight?
Well, one caused the fight and the other ended the fight.
One can save your life, and the other one can what? Change it or
End
not
it,
really
change it.
change it.
But I'm just really thinking about a situation.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna
yeah.
rob
See,
me
but
because
that's
of the watch, but if I have the AR and I whip
it's two
that out,
things. I had to
I end
put
the
two
fight.
things that you like. I had to put a gun in a high quality. Because first of all, if you do, an AR can get you by 35 Rolex watches. Right?
I
A
can hit the
Rolex
streets
watch
tonight.
ain't gonna get you another Rolex watch. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If 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 we had, hey man, we need 5 brand new Rolex watches, and
Okay.
here are your two weapons of choices: another a plain old Rolex watch or AR-15. But we need those 5 Rolex watches tonight. Which one you gonna choose? You know you going for the AR-15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
guess what? It's everything is back. a little bit different. I just wanted to put those two things in because I like to play. I like to open up the mind a little bit and play with certain scenarios. But because those are two things we like. I love Rolex watches. I love AR-15s.
Yeah, I have
At
a
this
greater
point,
appreciation.
guess what? If we take it across to the water to the Middle East right now, where they fighting wars,
Mm,
I guarantee you, the motherfuckers don't give a fuck about an AR. I mean,
no
Rolex right now.
Rolex. Yeah,
They will give their last dollar for an AR-15
exactly.
if they're fighting a war. The Rolex, you don't never go for the Rolex first. You go for what can protect you once you have the Rolex. That's how I look at it. You always got to
Power.
build your fire. Yeah, you got to go for the power. You got to go for the power.
Yeah.
That value shit, yeah, that's good. I guess what? I done been I done been robbed before, so I know you could walk around with a nice gold chain around your neck,
Yeah.
but none of that shit matter if somebody point a gun
I was
at
just
your
about to say, like,
head.
if you give
Like,
me that option, I take the AR and then I point it at you. Now I have both.
yeah, exactly. See, was it you? Somebody did. Who sent that video in the group chat? Somebody sent a video in the group chat where
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
what's this?
it was about a guy. He was like, I'm going to kill a man with no hands. And
Sounds familiar.
he basically killed the
Oh
man. He
yeah.
did. Yeah, so he pulls out the gun and just shoots the guy. He says, see, I killed the man with no hands. Like
I just
it's just that simple. Like I want what I'm really challenging men to do is build your foundation up based around quality, which would probably be survivability, the ability to provide, the ability to take care of one's family, protect one's family before we just start shooting out the word value.
yeah
Because
yeah.
behind value, somewhere, somehow, quality is at the base of value every time. But value could still be bullshit too.
Mm.
But you can't bullshit quality. You can never bullshit around that.
No, you can't. You can't. The test
You
of
can't.
time alone will prove itself. You hear that expression, "This didn't age well." So it's things people say and do that just didn't age well because of things that time passing and culture changing. But principles are steadfast. They always stand the test of time. And that's why we can talk about certain products, certain people, certain ideas, and whether it's you and I are both men of God. We follow the word, the principles that we live by thousands of years later, they still apply, even though it's a new context, a new age. And everyone's like, oh, you got to be progressive. And it's like, all right, when this stops working, I'll consider that. But it hasn't stopped working in 2000 years.
It's never going. Man, come on, man. Some you can't beat nature. We like gold. We like we like a lot of stuff. We like fast cars, gold, all of that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, a big part about being a man is can you survive?
Mm,
Two things: can you survive physically? Can you? And it's always going to be a mental aspect. The physical aspect that's going to fade away, but the mind is forever. If you could change mindsets, you're a powerful man.
that's true.
You're you're a man of quality. You're a man they would love to call high value. Now, if you're just a man that got money and you're just spending it, you're not changing no lives. You're just a man with you're just a guy with cash. Plenty of those.
Yeah. As soon as I take the cash, do you still have that same integrity? That's the question.
Yeah,
And I doubt you do.
it's only a couple guys I respect. No, I respect quite a few men, but it's some men out there that I know whether they had the money or not. I respect them.
very few of those, but I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah, if they had the money or not, I respect them because I know whatever they put their mind to, they're gonna get it done. They're gonna get it done. You understand?
oh, I live it. I live it. You lived it. That's why we're brothers. Yeah,
And guess
I
what?
understand.
You
What?
can never take away knowledge. You can never take away wisdom, right? My
Certainly.
grandfather always told me that. He said, "Man could steal money from you, but as long as you know how to get that money back, you'll be just fine. If you knew how, if you, long as you know the same way you lost that money, you can make it back.
Hmm.
You'll be just fine. That's what. That's what. That's when you know you're a man of quality. That's one of the reasons. If you had it all, you lost it all, and then you got it all back. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. I mean, it's the story of my life.
Right.
I've
So
lost more money than most people will ever have, and I
I
know how to make
lost.
it back.
I lost more money than more people would ever. That's some beautiful shit. But a lot of these cats, I hear like, we know about these sports athletes where they were
Sorry, it just makes me
young,
laugh.
they were young and rich, and they always ask me, "Would you rather be young and rich or old and rich?" And I'm like, at this point, I'd be old and rich
That's true. At the same time, I
because
want both. I'm living for
I
both.
I experienced the young and rich part, and that is very, very much a different mindset. All
Very true.
right, we all got this money, and we all blew it or could have did something better with it. So the older I get, the more I realize what I could do and how long I should have played the long game. And then when you talk to these former guys who were former athletes or drug dealers, they always tell you the same thing. Should have played the long game. I should have played it
Mm,
different. But sometimes you need it and need to lose it to learn your lesson. You get
absolutely.
one.
Yeah. Sometimes that is the case. Yeah.
That's building yourself into a quality man. Like that's what that is. You need that experience. If you
Yeah.
just never took a L, or you never took a loss, or you never was dead broke, I really don't want to hear it. I want to hear the story about how you lost all that shit and you got all that shit back. If you just
Absolutely.
telling me, "Hey, I've got this opportunity, now I'm balling," that's some bullshit. Which brings me to what we really gonna talk about. I got a whole list. Um, the DJ Envy situation with the real estate Ponzi scheme.
You probably know more about this than
If
I do. I'm
bro,
surprised people
I'm
fell for it.
I'm surprised people you don't even fucking look. You look at this guy. He looks like a goddamn garbage bag. He's shaped like a goddamn. He's shaped like a bag of
Real life
mud.
grimace, brother. Real life
Right,
grimace. Grimace
right.
in
But
black.
you deserve to get your money, just like we said. Tyrese deserved what happened to him. You deserve to get your money too. You deserve to like. I'm. You know what? If I had Knox, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hmm.
I'm upset. God gave me a conscious.
I
I'm
think I
be
know where you're
upset.
going with this. Yeah,
I would
keep
be a
going.
fucking million. I would be a billionaire right now.
It is really easy. It is really easy. In fact,
It
I'm
is
going to say it like this: the business that I do that is legitimate, all the business I do is legitimate. Let me be clear. But that legitimate business is the same tactics that these scammers are using. But if I did it to scam people, I would be much more profitable. Me and my
right,
team would be chilling out in Dubai already. But we have to work our way towards that because I'm doing it a different way.
right. So it's same thing with me. I don't play with the Most High, but I have plenty of times where I could have been that preacher or that pastor
Mm,
with the Rolls Royce and the jet and all that. But I know my walk with the Most High has to be one of pure intention. So
mhm.
I don't steal from God's people like that. Because when somebody come to you and tell you you one of the reasons why they still breathing, it hit different. And you don't want to let them people down.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wish I ain't had them conscience. I'd probably be a goddamn billionaire. Or at least die a very, very rich man. But at this point in life, I'm fine where I'm at. I like to sleep at night. I like to sleep late, so I
I
won't be.
can't say that I sleep well at night, but it's not because of things that I feel guilty or regretful
Yeah,
for. It's for like, man, I shouldn't go to bed this early, even though it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I should be working. That's the
yeah.
kind of sleep I don't get.
So I'm more of a guy that, and I want men to be the same way. I just want you guys to know you get scammed. Anybody who would tell you, hey, you don't need a good credit score, you don't need money, all you need is other people's money, and you could be a real estate mogul. Bro, they're about to sign you up for a $2,000 course, take your money, and if you like the course, they're gonna ask for more money and take that. The more money you give
Mm.
them, the more they're gonna take it from you, and you're gonna never see it again. I'm gonna give y'all this real quick. If you're ever doing a property flip with any business or entity, make sure y'all have a joined bank account so you both could go in there and access your money you're giving them. You need to see everything, not no sheet of paper. You need to have access to the account as much as they got access to the account. I never did a business flip, a property flip with anybody, and we did not go create an LLC. You can create 50 LLCs. It's not that hard. Like in 50, you can have 50 business accounts. It's not that hard. Don't you ever just give somebody your money and say, yeah, them boys was going around telling people, hey, give us your money. We're gonna flip it in 2 months. We're gonna flip it. We're gonna flip it.
It's that excitement, man. It catches a lot of people. When I say excitement, what I'm really speaking to is desperation. There are people that are
We're
desperate
gonna
to get that
flip it. You
huge
give me
payday.
$100,000, I'm gonna bring you back 150,000. Like, bro, no, y'all can't. Like, I guess we grew up in the city. That's why.
But I don't want to believe that my country brothers would fall for that. I think I'm a country kid at
Man, them
heart.
city. But listen,
And what's up?
they was falling for it, man. The dudes was in the city was falling for it. They just wanted, they just
I
wanted.
expect that though. I will admit, as someone who has lived in the city, I don't know if you've had any time in New York. We talk a big game, but we ain't a big game. So as soon as you take us out of New York, Frank Sinatra had it wrong. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere else. That ain't true. Because as soon as you take a New Yorker out of Brooklyn, out of Manhattan, out of Bronx, bring them out into the middle of nowhere or any other place where they can't get the things that they used to get at the snap of a finger, they crumble. They discombobulate. We
You
can't
man,
handle the fact that we can't get good food all
every
over
every
everywhere
New
else we
York
go.
dude, every New York dude
We
I
are
talk
weak.
to,
We are weak.
don't they? You know what they suffer from? They don't have
We
patience. They're used to instant gratification. Like they're used to getting
You know what? That
things
is a good
moving
point.
fast.
We were used to instant gratification before that was even a term. Before the internet, we were used to instant gratification. Because when you live in the city, I don't live there anymore, but when I lived in the city, I could eat anything I wanted at any time in the day. When I say anything I want, I mean I could eat high quality Ethiopian, Chinese, Taiwanese, anything specific that I wanted was accessible to me 24/7. And that's just the food. Then we get into the art, then we get into the law, then we get into the politics, and it's like you are right at the epicenter of the world. New York,
Everything, right?
New York ain't like that anymore, but back in the day, that's what it was. And when you have so much access, you think you are more powerful than you actually are. Access is what confuses people. The fact that you can click a button and listen to Tupac, your favorite Tupac album, your favorite Tupac song, makes you think that you have the same power as someone who owns the Tupac album. But that's not the case.
Yeah, it makes
It's
you
the
weak.
illusion of. It's the
Yeah,
illusion.
and a lot of this stuff makes you weak. Like, and I used to tell my buddy who from New York, I said, bro, you got to learn how to sit down and be patient. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, even with the little DJ Envy scandal and Ponzi scheme he got going on right now,
Hmm.
a lot of people were trying to make something fast happen. I'm gonna tell
Okay.
you right now, as a real estate agent, real estate
Hmm.
moves slow as hell. You might not see a return on your money from 1 to 2 years sometimes. The
Okay.
fastest I ever seen a return on money was 3 months.
Okay.
That's the
That makes
fastest.
sense to me. I never thought about it, but that makes sense to me. I'm not in the real estate game. I got to admit, everyone tells me
It
that
took
real estate is the best investment, but I'm not interested.
it is. I'll show
Oh, no,
you,
no, I know the facts. I'm just saying that
but the
in terms of the.
it's a long term investment though. When I say long term, it's like, okay,
Thank you.
um, with your mortgage and property taxes, you're paying 1,800 a month, and you charge somebody 2,800 a month to live there, so you're profiting $1,000 off of it. And people thinking, oh, that's $1,000 you could spend. No, that's just $1,000 a month, and you gotta wait 2 years so you can have $24,000 to do another flip,
Hmm.
and then another flip. And I always tell people, I say you could live for free. Oh, how you do that? I said, first things first, you got to have good credit. Go ahead, get your FHA loan, find your duplex, and rent out the other part, and charge them the, pretty much the whole amount of your mortgage, and you living for free as long as you have a tenant. If you're not willing to do that, shut your ass up. It ain't no shortcuts in this game. Some shit is just no shortcuts, bro. Unless somebody leaves you $1 million and you can buy your property like Monopoly. But you know that's not the case. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not the case. Like everybody, every shortcut everybody has ever said about, especially the real estate game, has always either been illegal or scam. Like there's no, it ain't no ways, it ain't no way to flip it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
even with the stock market, bro. Like, let's say somebody gave us $30,000.
Hmm.
Hey, what stock we could invest in? We're not gonna be millionaires overnight, but we're gonna have to let it sit for a couple months, right? At least a couple months if it's a active stock, or a couple years. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So it's all about the moves you making and how patient you are. Now it's gonna be opportunities where you can make money and make some real money and touch some real stuff, but are you actively looking for that? Do you know
Hmm.
what it looks like? Do you know if it's legit or not? Because guess what? If it wasn't for me actually taking the time out and
Hmm.
getting my real estate license and learning how to be a real estate agent and flipping real estate, I'd have been in the middle of that DJ Envy Ponzi scheme too, giving them all
Oh,
my money at
you think
seminars.
so? You think that your decision not to do it is based off of your real estate experience? It's not
Nah, I wouldn't
based
have
off.
did it anyway. You're not gonna get me.
Thank you.
You're not gonna get me.
People had greed in their eyes, and that's why they made the mistakes that they did.
You're never going to get me. You're never going to say, "Give me your money, and I'm going to give you back more money." You just that shit. No, I don't even trust the bank with that. I need to see my money every day moving up, moving down. That's why I like stocks. I can
That's
literally
why I
go in
like
there and
cash.
see. Yeah,
I know what's in my pocket at all times. I'm doing well. I'm grateful for that. But essentially, there's a difference between, and don't get me wrong, I used to be this person. I had
I order
green in my
Amazon and watch
eyes.
and I track my packages. Like, bruh, yeah, I know where all my money going.
I believe that. I think you might be better at it than I am. But my point is this: that when I was younger, I had green in my eyes. So if you told me that this would make me money, I would say yes to it. I would dive into it. And then I realized in order to make money, I got to change the process. I thought you make money first, money, power, then respect. That's what hip hop taught me. And then through life experiences, I realized that order is completely wrong. First off,
What's
I
the
already
order?
have the order is the same words in a different order, which is I already have the power. I have I'm smart, I'm strong, I'm intelligent. Every man, every woman, every child has those three things. I already have the power. And by accepting that I have the power, by owning that I have the power, by taking charge, then I get the respect because people be like, oh, wow, this guy is working out. He respects himself. This guy is a social person. He's connecting with people. He's listening and learning as well as giving value. I respect him for that. And because I respect him, I'm going to work with him. And because I'm working with him, now we're both making money. So it's power leads to respect, and respect leads to money. Nice and simple. But they don't want you to know that. And that's the challenge. You got to go against what they're teaching you to understand the bigger game being played and how easy it is to play it.
Mm, I gotta rewind. Yeah, when this post, I'm going definitely. That was the
That's my
part.
favorite part of our show. I listen to our show
That's the
probably more than anyone else.
that's the favorite part right there. That's the fun part of the show, man. Um, we
Amen. Amen.
we we done came up with some topics. I am gonna do this high quality versus high
Yeah, with that
value, man.
Tyrese topic, absolutely. And I mean,
The
it leads to
that
all this other stuff.
That Tyrese topic and the DJ Envy topic. That I love. Those are life lessons we can learn, and that and I always tell me coaching football and
Hmm.
dealing with the youth. I said the mistakes was already made for y'all, bro. Why are
Hmm.
you gonna make the same fucking mistake I made?
They got that lone wolf mentality, so they want to just do it on their own.
No, no, no. But it's fine. You could do it on your own. But the mistakes was already made for you. If I
But they
went
don't accept
down,
it. That's what I'm saying.
if I went to the left, if I went down the left part of the street and got my ass bit by the dog, why would you go down that part? I say, hey man, don't go down this way. You're gonna get your ass bit.
Yep. Yep.
You're gonna go anyway. All right. Now it's two of them down there.
Hmm.
Now you got your ass bit twice. Now you telling
It's worse
now
than
you're
it happened
telling
when I did it. Yeah.
yeah. Now you telling this, hey, don't go down where it's two pit bulls. They're gonna bite you if you go down this street. That person goes, now it's three goddamn pit bulls. He damn near dies. Don't go down there. I almost damn near died. So you can't save everybody, but it's the mistakes are already made for us.
Hmm.
Like,
But that's the way men learn. Specifically, men. Women are slightly different. They will heed your warning if they genuinely respect you. They will heed the warning. But men, we only learn in one of two ways: the hard way or the harder way.
right,
And I can attest to doing it both ways. My thing is so like right now, for instance. So me and I teamed up with a YouTube kid. We're doing YouTube videos for our clients, and we're very good at it. I'll just leave it at that. The numbers speak for themselves. I won't speak to that until the future. There's a part of me though, even though I'm working with this kid who has the proven success and has shown me the success and I've lived the success, there's a part of me that's like, I want to do this differently. So I want to deviate from the proven path to test and prove that I know something that he doesn't. I don't do that, but there's a part of me that wants to do that. And that's how deep this runs. It's a part of our DNA probably. We want to build that better mousetrap. We want to take the credit for it. We want to have that ego win. And I'm just saying I got to fight against that. It's just the name of the game. Man, this has been a great
But
conversation. I'm
yeah,
enjoying
and that, I think that's what I fight daily is my ego. Um,
it. Absolutely.
you have to fight it. Sometimes I let it loose. Just depends. I use my ego
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
weapon,
Exactly. It's a
and
tool.
yeah, it's a tool. It's kind of like an AR. You don't use it unless you need to get shit done.
Indeed, indeed.
Unless you need to get shit done, and you gotta win it. You gotta win. Then that's when you use the ego. If
That's
you're
a good point.
always if you're always using your ego 24/7, you're gonna be in delusional land. Yeah, you're gonna be a delusion, and you're gonna slip into what I would like to call low self confidence.
Mm, I think that's a good point.
Because at
And
some point, you don't even believe you.
nah, nah,
You don't.
nah.
You don't even believe you. And but me, I'm always competing with my past, my old records, my past highs, my past lows,
Hmm.
making sure I'm still on the right path, being a quality man, a man of quality, not a man of perception, of perceived
Mm,
value. My value is going to be grounded in quality,
yeah.
in facts. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want for all of us, really. So yeah, it was. You said some good stuff, man. You did. You did.
Yeah.
I got to
I
run
mean,
this back.
we always do. That's why we're brothers. We're always learning from one another. We share what we learn. And it's funny because this all started with the conversation of what have you done in the past year? Not even the past year, the past few months that we haven't been shooting these episodes. And it was a beautiful set of answers. We're both doing well. We're both doing great. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add to it as we wrap up, which is to say, I'm going to answer the question that I asked. In the past time that we haven't spoken with each other, you already know this, but the audience doesn't. I cured sickle cell. So I had sickle cell. There were times, the reason I did the audio episode for
Yeah,
season one was because it
you,
was
you
easy to
definitely
do.
did.
I absolutely did. What are we? We're at like 250 days in, and no incident. So it's like basically I treat it like the Hulk situation. It's like how long can I go without turning into the Hulk? And the Hulk is when I have my pain episodes, and it just hasn't happened. I don't know what the exact timeline is, but March 15, 17. How many days since March 17th? That's where we're at. 250 days, if I had to guess. And so I cured sickle cell. The reason I did the audio episodes back in the day was so that if I was in the hospital, if I was in a bad situation, no one had to see me in a bad situation. They could feel my energy, my spirit through my voice and not through my physicality.
Right,
And now that I'm on the other side of that, I want everyone to see my transformation. I want everyone to see me right now. I'm about 135, 6 feet tall, 135. And now I want everyone to see that, hey, I'm doing my daily push ups, I'm doing my Hindu squats, and I'm going from 135 to 140 to 145 to 155, which is my ultimate goal, or not my ultimate goal, which is my next stage goal. Ideally, I want to be
you
two
got to be
something.
165, dog. 170.
Amen, amen. And I
Might
could
have to
even
get
pull
in the
that off
ring.
by the end of the year if I really wanted to. I'm taking it one step at a time, though. And so I just love that because now that I have newfound health, I get to commit more to all the things that I care about and all the people that I care about. So already this is transforming my relationship with my girl. Already this is transforming my relationship with you, my relationship with business projects, my relationship with so many people and things, including what set this all off, which is my relationship with God. And I'm very grateful for that transformation. And that transformation happened because I decided to take charge of my life. I decided to say that no one's going to save me. I'm going to save myself. I got to take 100% responsibility and commit to all the things that I know are important to me. And this has been 5 years coming. So this didn't happen overnight, but it's the work that I do and the things that I share with yourself and others. And people think that when I say all these ridiculous things, when I say the serious things, when I say this, that, the other, that it's just words. But these words are based off of my life experience, where I know that if you own who you are, you can do incredible things.
Right. That's beautiful, man.
I'm very grateful. Eh, I'm
I
very
like
grateful. I had to wrestle with
nah,
a lot of things to get here.
yeah, man. We definitely gotta break that down one day.
Amen, amen. It'll take a lifetime to break it down. I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure out how
yeah.
to tell my sons. So it's one of those things where
Well, that's the
I'll
beautiful
be
thing.
telling
You
this
got it
story
on. You
forever.
got it on wax. You got it on wax, man.
Amen,
Shoot,
amen, amen.
you gonna
I
be
want to
you
document
ain't
every aspect.
nobody got to. Beautiful part about this. Nobody once you gone, nobody got to tell your story. You can tell it. That's what's
Ah,
important.
I love that. I love that. So I'm very grateful. This has been a fantastic first episode. Per usual, I never know where it's gonna go. I just know it's gonna be great. And here we are having a good time, catching up as friends, as well as being able to share that with other people. We're doing our thing, and this is just day one. Look forward to the next episode, whenever that'll be. But it doesn't matter, because when it does happen, it'll be worth it to stop what you're doing and come and take a listen, y'all.
For sure, man. I appreciate you, man. We're gonna get back to it. Hopefully, we get something done by Sunday.
Oh, hey, I'm here for it. I'll make it happen.
All right,
It's
bet.
hard because we're always making moves. That's the whole premise of the show, but it'll be worth it.
Oh
We're
man,
gonna have
now
the
man,
regular
I'm on,
schedule, but it's fine.
I'm almost done with the football season, so I have a little bit more free time, especially especially by November 15th,
Okay.
16th. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be having. Yeah, I'm gonna have like 2 3 nights back to back, bro.
Oh, man, I love to
All
hear
right,
that. Yeah.
but all right, man. I'll talk to you later, man. Making
Peace,
moves.
brother.
Peace out.
Always, always. Peace, brother.